Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Holly and welcome. Today I'm sharing a recipe for ravioli with snap peas and mushrooms. And this is a really simple and easy recipe to make, and I will have the recipe linked down below. But you will need one 20-ounce bag of cheese ravioli. And the recipe calls for evaporated milk, 2 cups, but I'm using heavy cream instead because the reviews were saying that the evaporated milk did not thicken up. So I just thought I'd try to use the heavy whipping cream. It calls for shredded Parmesan cheese, but I had some grated Parmesan cheese left and I wanted to use that up, and it worked fine in this recipe. Also, it calls for 3 shallots finely chopped, which I did not have and I could not find at the store. So I'm using a yellow onion instead, just a small one. 2 garlic cloves minced, 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, and about 8 fresh sage leaves, thinly sliced. Or you can use, I think it's 2 teaspoons of rubbed sage, a tablespoon of butter, a ½ pound of sliced mushrooms, and it calls for 1 pound of sugar snap peas, but I'm just using a ½ pound instead. A teaspoon of lemon pepper, and it calls for white pepper, 1/4 of a teaspoon, and I did not have that, so I'm using black pepper instead. But the first thing you will do is melt your butter in a pan. And then once you have that melted down, add your mushrooms, and you want to cook this down until they become softened. The recipe calls for 1/4 of a cup of hazelnuts coarsely chopped, but I chose not to use that. Now add your onions or your shallots and your garlic, and you want to just cook that down just until the mushrooms become softened and the onions kind of become a little bit translucent. But you now will add, if you're using the evaporated milk, which it called for fat-free evaporated milk, add that, and then add the sage leaves and your lemon zest, and you want to just stir this in until everything's combined. Now add your lemon pepper seasoning and add your pepper, whichever one you decide to use. The black pepper worked fine in this. And also make sure that you get the seasoning that's on the sides, that it ends up on the sides of the pan a little bit. Make sure you scrape that back into that mixture. Now once it starts to bubble up, you will add your cooked ravioli and cook it to the package directions. And the last 3 minutes of the timing for your ravioli to be cooked, you would add your snap peas to it. So that way that cooks in with your ravioli. But then add it to this mixture after you've drained it off. And then you want to just stir this in. Just be careful when you're stirring it in. You don't want to break up those raviolis or the snap peas. So just carefully toss that into the sauce. And you want to just cook this a little bit until it starts to bubble back up just a little, because you want to heat this through. And then you will add, if you're using the shredded Parmesan or the grated, like I said, the grated worked fine in this. And I just put that in, and then I stirred that up well, and that is basically it. And this really did turn out really delicious. It did surprise me. I was wondering if it was going to be bland or not, but it actually really tasted delicious. So this is really a quick meal you can make. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing more videos like it, please click that subscribe button and the notification bell. That will notify you when I post new videos. And I hope that everyone has a blessed Thanksgiving, and y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all so much for watching. God bless.